Good morning, second graders. Ms. Fogelman here for your reading lesson. Let's get started. Okay. So today in reading, we are talking about alliteration. And your learning target is, I can describe new words and phrases, give rhythm and meaning to a poem or story. Yesterday, we learned about how poems can have rhythm. What does the word rhythm mean? And we discussed how rhythm is the underlying beat that in a song or a poem. So if you make your poem have more of a song tone or a rhythm as you're reading it, it can be more exciting for your reader. And yesterday we watched the video of the man with the sticks keeping the beat to the song Thunder. And that was the rhythm of the song. Okay, so an alliteration is when words in a sentence, story, or poem begin with the same letter. Adam ate an apple. As you see, Adam starts with A, ate starts with A, and starts with A, and apple starts with A. Not every word in your alliteration has to start with the same letter, but most of them need to. So for example, in Beth blew her blue balloon, her does not start with B, but the rest of the words do. Kathy calls her cat Carla. Dean dines with Dan at Domino's. As you can see, all of those are alliterations. Poems can also have alliteration. Listen to the video. Can you hear alliteration? Oops, sorry guys.
Whispering winds weave the water as we wait for the warlike wahoo to whack the wriggling, wandering wobbler. Wise words wasted as we wait. Wham! Without warning, war begins. Winding with willpower we wrestle, whooshing through the water, writhing, wriggling, waltzing, wrecking. Wearily winching, wilting and woozy we wage. With wisdom he wins.
Alliteration is the repetition of the same letter or sound at the beginning of words. It's used to create rhythm, mood, and tone within a poem. This poem is whooshing with alliteration. Almost every word begins with a W, and the repetition of W sounds create a rolling rhythm that conveys the wild, watery world of the wise wahoo fish. So why do we use alliteration? Alliteration is enjoyable to read and hear. It helps to create and communicate the mood of a poem. What kind of mood could the repetition of a S sound create? It could suggest the slippery and slithery movements of a snake. Now it's your turn to create alliteration. Choose an object or an animal. What sound does it start with? Make a list of words that start with the same sound. Which words could be used to describe your object?
All right, so what was the repetition in that poem? The sound W. It gave you an impression or a mood or a feeling of the fight between the fish and the fishermen. All right, so I'm going to read a few of these sentences and we're going to put them in the column alliteration or not alliteration. I want to eat some tacos and chips. This is not an alliteration because it does not have the repetition of beginning word sounds or using the same letter. Bob likes blue balloons. This is an alliteration because Bob, Blue, and balloons all start with a B or the B sound. I eat my lunch on Fridays. This one is not an alliteration because it does not have that repetition of the same letter beginning. The green grass grows. This is an alliteration because the words in the sentence all begin with the G or G. I wore white on Wednesday. These all begin with the same sound of W or W. So it is an alliteration. Sarah and Ben play on the grass. This is not an alliteration because it does not have that repetition of sound and letter beginning. Check for understanding. You will recreate your own alliteration with your name. For example, Miss Brown blows bubbles by the beach. Okay, they have that B at the beginning of each of the words. Miss Fogelman finds farming very fun. Beginning letters are F's. Miss Watson wishes she was winning. The W or W sound. All right, remember that every word in a poem does not have to have the beginning sound for a sentence or poem to have alliteration. All right, so in Shobi, I have put the name alliteration paper. There's an example here of Miss Watson wears white shoes on Wednesday. You're going to use your name and the letter that starts your name, and you're going to use other words in your alliteration that begin with that same letter. All right, make sure you get that done today. Have a great day.